Hey everyone, this is Matt with Red Triangle Games. I'm here today to talk about Digibeasts, the newest game that's available in the Red Triangle Super Collection. There's a lot of goofy evolutions and forms that maybe you guys are interested in pursuing, but maybe like the original Tamagotchi, it's a little bit of a mystery about exactly what you need to do to get those special forms. So in this video, I hope to show you guys a little bit about how to unlock those forms so you can do it for yourself. So let's get started. Alright, so the first form we want to go after is the triangle. The triangle stems from eating lots of cake and not really being aggressive with the battles. But we do want to start boosting its happiness because the banana actually needs maximum happiness. And we've got the yellow background on, which gives us a little bit of a bonus when we want to evolve it. Alright, now we're on borrowed time to get this banana. Alright. Now we need to start eating vegetables, which is going to be where this gets a little tricky. Because the triangle does not like eating vegetables. All that matters is we eat more vegetables than anything else during this evolution. And unfortunately, that means we have to do a lot more battling. It's not as easy as like going after the Goose or the Dinosaur where you just need to eat food. If we got max happiness, we can go for the banana. Maximum happiness. It's banana time. Alright, here we go. Banana, as promised. Alright, I was speaking about it before, but let's just keep doing some of these Mr. Triangle forms. So, now let's go for the Goose. Alright, so we've got our Mr. Triangle. The way to get the Goose, all you have to do is just have eaten more cake than anything else. There's our own graffiti Goose. Goose the Goose. Alright, next up on the list, let's go ahead and try to get the Beetle. Alright, now that we've got our triangle kid, now we need to focus on all the variables that help you get the Beetle. The Beetle likes to eat vegetables, so just make sure that you've had more vegetables than any other food. You need to raise its power a little bit. Alright, that's about 3 levels of that. Happiness is not the end of the world with this like it was with the banana. So it's okay if you lower it a little bit with the broccoli. The main thing we have to do is to battle. Specifically, you need to just be countering. Like when they go to bite you or hit you, make sure to counter that. Do not deflect. As long as you counter more than you deflect, it will help you get the Beetle. And try not to do any of the fireballs. Alright, let's give it a shot. There's the Beetle. Make sure to counter and don't do any projectiles or deflect any projectiles. Eat vegetables and use the lime green color skin, and that'll help you get that. Next up, let's go for the Orca. Alright, so now that we've got the puppy, now let's work on getting the orca. The orca's favorite food is meat. One of the most important things to worry about with getting the orca is you can't counter. Like, you just can't. And you just have to have lots of fights where you just don't counter. Orca. Don't counter. Use the monochrome skin. Alright. Next on the list, let's go for the dragon. Alright, now that we've got another puppy, let's go for the dragon. The most important thing to do with the dragon is to shoot a ton of fireballs and also do a lot of deflecting. With this special character, the amount of fireballs you shoot in general count. So be sure and do a lot of training because those fireballs definitely help towards the score. And all you really have to do is deflect about like 1 or 2 times as a kid puppy. Once you have enough fireballs, I believe you need about 20 or 30 of them. And you don't have to do the super fireballs like I am. You can just do any fireballs and they all count. Alright. Here we go. The dragon. Alright, so next on the list, let's go for the Surfasaurus himself, the dinosaur. Alright, now that we've got another puppy, let's go for that dinosaur. The dinosaur is it's kind of a no conflict evolution for the easiest way to get them. All you have to do is just keep feeding it cake. And then do a bunch of training to, you know, burn yourself out so you can keep eating cake. You get bonus points towards this if you use the brown skin. And you can see that the dog does not like cake because you should not actually feed your animals sugary things like cake. If I had eaten about 5 pieces of cake and then I ate 6 pieces of meat, well, that would trigger that my creature is more in favor of meat than other food, so that would lean it more towards evolving into the dog or the dragon or the orca even. There's our old Surfasaurus. Alright, next on the list, we're going to do a 2-for-1. We're going to go for the Yo Ghost, and then we're going to follow that up with the Cthulhu. Alright, to get Yo Ghost and Cthulhu, it's very important that you don't eat anything with any form until you get to being Yo Ghost. And also, if you're planning on getting the Cthulhu from Yo Ghost, you need to make sure to be training along the way and having battles and being successful. Otherwise, you won't have enough power by the time you get to be Yo Ghost to get the Cthulhu evolution. So you just have to make sure you keep training and never eat any food. It doesn't matter what form, like what kid form you're in, as long as you remember not to eat anything. And there's our Yo-Ghost, having not eaten any food. Didn't really get into combat to get a counter or deflect variable, which could have skewed things, just focused on training. But now, I think Yo-Ghost's favorite is the cake. Yep. So, alright, now important thing about Cthulhu, because, you know, he's the elder god of negativity and all that. He has to have 0 happiness for his evolution to trigger. So you really have to spend your time training just right, getting that power meter up about a quarter of the way. Otherwise, you will not get Cthulhu. But that's all you have to do. You get bonus points for being Yo-Ghost into the Cthulhu evolution. The reason why I suggest training a bunch before you do the fights, every time you get into a fight, it actually speeds up the evolution clock by about 2 minutes. So, be careful. You might want to budget between doing one and the other. Because once that meter gets to be a certain distance, then it's safe to hit the hourglass to evolve. And in this form, you have about 20 minutes to trigger the next evolution. It's about, you know, you have like 4 fights and it probably happens, so. You get the boost whenever you level up. Or you successfully win a fight. Let's verify the happiness is roll 0'd out. Alright, I'm gonna pop it just to see what happens. I was right, we had 5 minutes. And there we go. We've got our Elder God, Cthulhu. Alright, next I'm going to go over the triangles. So here we go. Alright, first up, we're going to figure out how to get to the kid stage as the triangle, as the first step. It's important to know how to get the dog, because you want to do the opposite of that, and that's how you get the triangle. Okay, the dog likes eating meat, and the dog likes fighting, specifically biting and countering. So the triangle is inadvertently the opposite of that. The triangle likes the cake, and the triangle likes shooting fireballs and deflecting. So in that respect, that's where the division of them begins. It's just right there. So we'll just keep eating cake. But when you are the little triangle, to get to the next triangle, you have to switch up and eat meat. But if you don't really get in any fights in that stage, you just default turn into the triangle. Because remember, the dog likes fighting. All right, now we can get down to business. Start eating meat. Start shooting fireballs, and start deflecting some other fireballs. It's important to use the red color skin, because it gives you a proficiency towards the next form. It's not impossible to get the forms without using the color boost, but they certainly help. Alright, we got our next triangle. So we got to keep eating meat, keep shooting them fireballs. Definitely keep deflecting, and then we'll become Metal Mr. Triangle. And there is our Metal Mr. Triangle. Alright, for the final evolution of the video, I'm going to show you how to get the worst possible form. And it's basically just from not trying. Alright, the biggest difference between getting the Artichoke and the Yo-Ghost is the Yo-Ghost will trigger with the same variables practically as the Artichoke, if you wanted to do the quick way. So make sure to eat something and make sure your monster is unhappy. It doesn't matter what form you are. We're just going to quickly get to the Artichoke. So we'll go triangle. Does a triangle not like eating broccoli? So we've eaten something. Also, if you eat lots of vegetables, it helps towards that goal. Alright, so I should do it. And now we are the worst form in the entire game. We are just not even trying. Alright. To continue this cycle of shame, let's go for the final evolution revealed in the game. It stinks. It's terrible. And it's a toilet. Well, I hope you had fun checking out all the various wacky forms in Digibeasts with me. It was a super fun game to play. Super fun. It was like one of my first video games that I had as a kid. It was a little Tamagotchi Digivice, and I have very fond memories of playing it. So it was just a blast making this for the OHR RPG CE. If you like this, be sure and check out the other things in the Super Collection. There's a little bit of everything in there. So see you guys next time.